Words are tough to come by at a time like this.
As a chief of a large police agency, when things like this happen, people expect you to know what to say. I don't.
Even for the toughest of the tough. How do you put this all into perspective? Cody Donahue lost his life doing a job that keeps the rest of us safe. If a driver had just moved over when they saw emergency lights, a wife and 2 daughters wouldn't have to be in church on a Friday morning. Words are tough to come by at a time like this. But perhaps these words might help.
The world is not a perfect place. Today is a hard reminder of that. We see so much bad happen constantly, and it makes us cold, makes us cynical, indifferent, and in turn that should make the world miserable, unbearable even. Yet it isn't. How is that possible? I have witnessed this entire week people come together in one of the most awful moments in so many people's lives. And yet in this sorrow and us coming together, I have seen a strength that we forget about. That's possible because of people like the great man who has brought us here today.
On a day of sadness, maybe this was a bit of joy. That sharply dressed officer in the middle attending Trooper Donahue's funeral is Detective Dan Bright from the Douglas County Sheriff's Office. He was shot by an armed suspect in September, spent a month in the hospital. He's still recovering, but he looks pretty dang good there. I'm Steve Steger in for Kyle Clark, in case you wondered. Quick update to a story we told you about yesterday. The doctor who worked at Denver Health who posted racist comments about First Lady Michelle Obama on Facebook, she's resigned. Denver Health says Michelle Herron, an anesthesiologist, worked there for 10 years. CU School of Medicine already cut ties. She had a non-paid faculty position there. President-elect Donald Trump is building his A-team. Many have wondered if anyone from Colorado would make the cabinet. There have been some hints that former Congressman Bob Beaupre might have potential. So I asked super politics guy Chuck Todd that today. Does anyone in Washington, anyone, seriously think that Bob Beaupre is being considered for Interior?
Look, I can tell you this. He is obviously looking for a Western person. It's my understanding that the Congresswoman for Wyoming, Cynthia Lummis, is the front runner for that post, more so than any other name. I'm not saying Beaupre might not be in line for maybe a deputy position or something like that, or if vetting falls through on other folks, but I don't think he is in the first tier of that.
Does the fact that Colorado went blue, does that have something to do with it?
You know, look, on that stuff, I think it has less to do with it. I think it's more, and for some of these posts, particularly Interior, this is really, there's sort of 2 parts to this transition. There's sort of the jobs that President-elect Trump cares the most about, spends the most time in the interviews, specific interviews with, and then there's the ones he cares a little less about, and Mike Pence is sort of running point on. Mike Pence and Bob Beaupre served in Congress together, so did Cynthia Lummis and Mike Pence. So I don't know their personal dynamic.
So I guess we'll just have to see. A special group of veterans met up today. They've all been on the Rocky Mountain Honor Flight, and they had a holiday reunion party this afternoon. We sent our visual producer, Cody Broadway, there to check it all out.
For a long time, I didn't even think it was going to be recognized at all. We were just doing our job. We wasn't protesting about nothing. We were just doing our job.
It's nice to see people who have served and to be able to talk to them.
Today, this event meant meeting a group of beautiful people. They were so nice to me.
A lot of folks in this country don't understand the history of what a whole bunch of people out here have gone through.
To see all the people come up and shake your hand and thank you for your service, why, that was overwhelming, completely overwhelming. Yeah.
Next week, 9 News is putting together a telethon to help honor the Colorado veterans who fought for our freedom. It'll raise money to send Colorado veterans to Washington, D.C. It's on December 7th, next Wednesday. That day happens to mark 75 years since the attack on Pearl Harbor. Well, rumor has it there is a big football game tonight. The CU Buffs will be facing off against Washington for the Pac-12 title. It starts in about an hour. It's at Levi Stadium in San Francisco, California. Thousands of CU fans are there rooting for the team that was the worst in the division last year, and this season they are first. Our mountain guy, Matt Renew, is right there with them on assignment, and it's kind of awkward because he's a CSU alum.
I'm 9 News reporter Matt Renew. Some might actually say I'm a journalist. After all, I've got a degree which I got from Colorado State University, CSU. But right now, I'm in CU Buffs country. In Santa Clara, California, reporting on the big Pac-12 championship game between Washington and CU.
This is my day. This is my shining moment.
In full disclosure, a team I usually don't follow, swiping right past any CU news, unless it's about CSU beating CU. I like those stories. So being around all these passionate CU fans, rooting for, admittingly, an amazing team going from worst last season to first this season is a little weird. You see a bison, that's pretty neat, but see a bighorn sheep, that's something special. After all, it's the official Colorado state animal. So tailgating in a parking lot full of buffalo to this ram just doesn't seem right. But again, this team is amazing with an amazing season. So maybe this one time I can join these CU fans and root for the Buffs in a big Colorado win. You guys are awesome.
Only Matt Renew. Matt's not the only one feeling a little out of place in Santa Clara. The Carolina Panthers are also in town, staying in the same hotel as the Buffs, which is also where the Broncos stayed during the Super Bowl. Awkward. Matt Renew may have some trouble rooting for the Buffs, but the Southwest Airlines flight attendants, they didn't on a flight from Denver landing in San Jose for the game this morning.
We're going to try this again.
Win. Fight, fight for victory. CU knows no defeat, so roll up that mighty score. Never give in. Shoulder to shoulder, we will fight, 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 fight.
Flight attendants fired up the song on the intercom. About 50 Buffs fans were on that flight. There were about 3 Washington fans there too. That had to be awkward for them.
Welcome to Denver. This is the University of Colorado's head football coach, Mike McIntyre.
There's a new voice on the speakers at DIA. Coach Mack is now greeting passengers on the train that runs from the terminal to the concourses. And of course, he's also cheering on his Buffs. Coach Mack was named Walter Camp Coach of the Year and Pac-12 Conference Coach of the Year just this week. So a couple of dudes sitting in a room full of coworkers talking about cats. That's not weird, right? What happens when Kyle's not here? Dr. Max and I have a conversation about cats and why we may not really know what they're trying to tell us. Perhaps that meow is simply a, hey, there's a live bird in that box. And a quick look at the best seat for tonight's Parade of Lights. Next. I had the pleasure of sharing the amazing stories of the Rocky Mountain Honor Flight.
The organization that honors veterans by flying them to see the memorials in Washington, D.C. dedicated to their service.
Time's running out for our World War II veteran. That's why 9 News is partnering with Phil Long Automotive and Alpine Bank to host an Honor Flight Telethon on Wednesday, December 7th, the 75th anniversary of Pearl Harbor.
All of the money raised will go towards more flights for our Colorado heroes.
You can learn more or donate now on 9news.com.
That is a pretty good breakfast. You're not even eating.
Not hungry.
No? Why not? What's up?
Kath and I knew that Jenny'd been partying a bit. Found out she tried heroin.
Most people don't know what to say about drugs, but we do. Visit us at drugfree.org.
If you haven't watched the Justice Network, you're missing a great lineup of real crime stories and a chance to make your community safer. Tune in to the Justice Network.
This is the 49th year.
I did this story on the Newton Invitational Tournament. It's a great Colorado story about a family of 20 siblings that grew up with nothing. The 20 kids had a total of 62 kids, and then they had 105 kids.
I was never going to remember everyone's name.
This family just exemplifies what Colorado is all about. They work hard, they didn't give up. Those roots have grown into families spread across Colorado, the nation, and they come together every year because they know what it's all about, and that's being together.
Every day, I seek a positive
direction for my life.
Through my accomplishments.
And now, with help.
And support from my family and others I own.
I own
my recovery from addiction and depression.
Join the Voices for Recovery. It's worth it.
For information on mental and substance use disorders, including prevention and treatment referral, call 720-435-0686. Brought to you by Advocates for Recovery.
He's just a man picking up his bird at the post office. Surprised? So was one of our producers who saw this man picking up a bird at a local post office recently. Next looked into it and learned it's common for people to ship live birds through the U.S. Postal Service. Day-old birds and some disease-free adult birds can be shipped by express mail if the recipient knows they are coming, of course.
You're not going to get a surprise turkey sent from your Uncle Joe. That very rarely happens. You know, they literally fly to their next destination. You'll hear the little chirps that'll fill the office all morning long.
Postal Service needs the phone number of the person receiving the bird so they can be called as soon as it arrives to pick it up. Sometimes if they live in rural areas, the postmaster will drive them out and the person will meet them along the route. The cost to ship a bird usually starts around $50. Here's a new one. Is Christmas here yet? You know, the most wonderful time of the year? Well, no, it's not here. 23 days left to buy gifts, get a tree, put those lights up. But building gingerbread houses is an annual tradition for some people around the holiday season, but most of us have trouble actually keeping all the walls intact while the roof is put on top. So what happens when you challenge structural engineers to build gingerbread bridges? Things get pretty darn competitive. The Structural Engineers Association of Colorado's young member group put on a big competition this year in Denver. A total of 12 teams spent the past month building gingerbread bridges. The idea was to see how much weight they can bear. They were only allowed to use gingerbread and graham crackers. Everything used had to be edible, and well, that part is actually tested.
For anyone who was here. And actually, once the bridges get destroyed on the loading apparatus, one of the rules is you do have to eat part of your bridge to prove that it's edible, to prove to everyone that's here that there's not things in it that you're not willing to eat.
The winning bridge was able to sustain 843 pounds, which is what I would have to weigh if I ate the entire bridge. I'm still looking for that cat fashion show to cover. And meow, this comes up. Strange science that says a cat guy like me might not understand what Chip has been trying to tell me for years. Write something witty about that toilet story here. Oops. And if the toilet doesn't make you smile, maybe our Friday tradition will.
Sunday in Colorado is game day. Start your day with the Broncos on Game Day Live. Sunday mornings at 9 on 9 News.
Going back to the mountains is quite the feat.
I'm anxious.
For Eric Bowen.
Ready to get out on the mountain.
Considering what he's pushed through.
I got sick in December of 2013.
What followed was a mysterious 5-day coma caused by the common strep bacteria, and his feet started to die. Doctors had to amputate both feet.
There's no way that you can mentally prepare that.
But instead of feeling down, Eric was determined to go back up. So Chad O'Connor with the Hanger Clinic helped Eric attach rare so-called ski feet.
Not a lot of people have them. I wasn't 100% sure how it would feel. It's been such a long time since I've really been out and skiing. Beautiful day. This is Colorado.
No stopping him. There's no limits to what he's doing already. So I'm very, very pleased with how it's going this first day.
Back to the mountains.
That is amazing right there.
On quite the feet.
Our God's children, we got to come together and share the good feeling. 'Cause nothing ever gonna make this world better if we don't start believing that love really, really, really is the answer. Everybody join hands 'cause it's time now. Spread the love, spread the love all over the world. Spread it all over the world. If we just love each other, and lift up one another, shine a light from every heart. Now. We got to spread the love all over the world. We've got to spread the love.
TD Jakes here, and I have made it my life's work to help you achieve your best self. Do you want to feel more confident in your daily life? We all do, but a lot of us find it difficult not to compare ourselves to others. My advice, stop obsessing about what is going on with other people and spend more time focusing on the exciting things coming your way. And confidence is sure to follow.
Weekday afternoons at 1 on 9 News.
All right, so we knew that storm system was going to move in. It didn't bring us a ton of snow as anticipated, just a couple of light little flurries this afternoon. The storm mainly affecting our fronts across the southern mountains and even across the eastern plains too. We've seen a little bit of snowfall out there. Right now, the majority of the action is just positioned along the Hogback and the western suburbs. Again, within the next hour or two, the snowfall, it moves out and our clear skies start moving into the city. This is around 11 o'clock tonight. You can see the snow is pretty much done statewide, and by tomorrow morning, a lot of us enjoying partly sunny skies. We'll have just a few high-level clouds kind of drifting in across the city by tomorrow afternoon, but most of the wet weather is long gone. We are in for a treat this weekend. Should be dry and temperature seasonal tomorrow at 43. And you can see across the state a little bit warmer along the eastern plains, cooler still up in the high country, but nice to have a little bit of that fresh snowfall. I want to show you the jet stream. We'll go through the weekend, remains pretty calm, but look what is taking direct aim at the state as we head toward next week, early next week, Monday and Tuesday. It looks like our first Arctic blast of the season. So relish in the 40s and 50s and that sunshine, because by next week, temperatures will drop pretty much in half. Daytime highs in the teens and 20s and overnight lows in the single digits. Steve, it's going to be freezing, so I'm sure you and Chip, your lovely cat, will probably be cuddling quite a bit.
Danielle has given me quite a bit of you-know-what for this. I own a cat. I consider it one of my coolest qualities.
Yeah, something like that.
Yeah, it is pretty cool. Yeah. I also enjoy strange science. Again, pretty cool. So last month when I had a beard, I talked to Dr. Max about a strange study of cat people. So a couple of dudes sitting in a room full of coworkers talking about cats. That's not weird, right?
No, not at all.
We're both cat guys.
I talk about cats all the time.
I do too.
I post a lot of pictures of cats on social media.
There's science involved in this.
There is. Cats are scientific study.
So what is it that we don't know about a cat's meow?
Apparently a lot. And this is backed by research. So even people who are very familiar with cats, they've grown up with cats, they own their own cats, they love cats. We are really pretty bad at figuring out what it is a cat wants from hearing it meow.
I'm assuming world domination is just what a cat wants at all times.
You always assume that.
Yeah.
That's always in the back of the cat's mind, although they probably keep that to themselves. I don't think they're meowing that about. If a cat is hungry, if a cat's in pain, if a cat is happy, if a cat's mad at you, now people who are cat owners are slightly better than non-cat owners at figuring those things out, but even cat owners are like, what the hell is this cat trying to tell me?
What is it about cats that makes them so difficult to decode?
It's very easy to make lots of jokes about cats. That they're going to kill you. They're going to that they hate you.
Yeah.
As soon as they figure out how to feed themselves, they're going to kick you out of the house. Honestly, I think what the deal is that, like as opposed to a dog, cats have a very limited vocalization range, so that there are only so many ways that they can express themselves. So it's really not the cat's fault. Now, that being said, how most people experience the cat's meow is mild irritation. So we hear a cat meowing, we don't exactly know what it's trying to tell us, but they are bugging the hell out of us.
Yeah, because they don't stop. It's
That's
persistent,
right.
and it
That's
keeps
right.
going.
Meow, 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 meow. So I'll feed the cat. Meow, meow, meow. I change the litter box. Meow, meow, meow.
Throw a toy.
It's
nothing happens.
They're pretty irritating. But they're so cute and so fluffy.
Is there a psychology to people who prefer cats over dogs?
There is not, although you could. Well, no, there's not.
No.
I was just going to say something really mean about dog owners, but dog people are great people too. You have to be willing to endure a lot of punishment to be a cat owner.
You do.
And you have to
makes the loving so much better,
doesn't it?
When they actually adore you, it's a nice thing.
Yeah. Okay. So that's. In psychology, that's referred to as intermittent positive reinforcement. It's the same thing that draws people to playing slot machines. You very rarely win, but when you do, it feels so good. It's the same thing coming from a cat. You very rarely get that cat's love, but when you get that love and attention, it gets you.
Two dudes talking about cats. This hasn't been too weird, has it?
Not at all.
Happy birthday! Thank you, dear friend.
You're welcome.
Thank you.
You make me feel so young. You make me feel so spring has sprung. And every time I see you,
You're not fooling anybody you know. Think young. Pass it on. A message from the Foundation for a Better Life.
I'm Belen de Leon, sharing Colorado stories. 9 News, everywhere.
Big dreams don't happen alone. Long before they come to fruition, we share them with those we love and trust.
He told me he loved me and that I was his best friend. And he said, thank you for being my guardian when I needed it and being my mom when I needed to be set straight.
Taylor made his list as a teenager. Number 1, join the Army. Mom resisted at first.
And I just said, go forward. Be this protector. I know you're going to succeed.
Goal met. Number 13, get a job. Taylor chose Colorado State Trooper.
He put his mind to it, and nothing was going to stop him. And he was going to be the top. He was going to be the best of the best.
These are 100 miles per hour.
On May 23rd, Taylor was almost at the end of his cadet training.
Taylor had texted me that day at 7:30 and said, I'm at an accident at Highway 1 and Highway 66.
Taylor died at the scene. Trooper Rushing was critically hurt. A tow truck driver also there wasn't hurt. He said Taylor shouted at him to get out of the way.
He died a hero. He saved a man's life so he can go home to his little ones.
Save a life. Goal number 9, achieved.
I would text him just to keep in touch with him.
I got a few real short ones. I love you, I miss you, that type of stuff.
Sergeant Kel Halsey had a new phone with a new number. Turns out it was Taylor's old number. He offered to change the number. Carol asked him not to. After all, he was doing what Taylor wanted to do.
It's like I always have a little angel in my pocket now.
And so the conversation didn't end. And while Taylor never got the chance to reach many of his goals, as fate would have it, he did find a way to accomplish number 22.
He's still trying to make a difference.
I never want them to forget Taylor Tifo.
This toilet is running. No, don't call a plumber. It's headed to the Parade of Lights tonight. The toilet is part of Denver Water's float. What two words shouldn't be in the same sentence on TV? The parade starts at the City and Counting Building tonight at 8. I'll be there with the toilet. You can watch starting at 8 o'clock here on 9 News. Well, it is Friday. We've made it through another week, and you know what that means. We want to close out the week with something that'll make you smile. So today we went to Denver's 16th Street Mall and asked, what's your good news?
There's so much to be thankful for.
I found a piano in the middle of the street that said "Play Me," so that's pretty good.
Yeah, it's cold, but we're happy.
I love Christmas time. Even though it's freezing, it's always, you can always expect some kind of a little more generosity, a little more happiness and joy from people.
Ho, 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 who wouldn't go? Ho, 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 who wouldn't go? I'm grateful for the love that people can feel and express to each other, and the genuine caring that we each have within us that we can share with others.
Gathering yourself around family and friends is very important because a lot of people, you know, don't really have that. And we don't want to take life for granted.
Love one another, be kind to one another, listen to one another, be gentle with one another, and be excellent to one another. Yeah! Yeah!
My parents are calling, probably trying to figure out why I wore this jacket on TV. See you next time.